What's up everyone, Jonathan here with Common Sense Events. Today we're going to be sharing our top 5 tips for successful customer service at the events we work. Now, of course, this list is not exhaustive, but it does cover the top 5 tips that we've seen to make you successful at the events that you're working at. And as a way of a little bit of a preface, it's important to understand that flexibility is extremely important. And it's important to understand as well the amount of pressure that a lot of these vendors that we're serving are under. Whether it's the wedding planner, event coordinator, whether it's the catering company, or maybe the photographer or a florist. Everyone is under an immense amount of pressure to create this beautiful event, do it in a certain timeline, and they're all trying to make sure the event goes smoothly. And a lot of times that pressure adds a stressful dynamic, and so you'll have people who are running around and maybe getting upset or being very intense. And it's important to not take that personally and just kind of realize that that's the nature of the beast, that's what's going on here. And the best way that you can help is to jump right in, be action oriented, and find a way to help. And that's one of the best ways that we've seen that we can add value and have good customer service at these events. So jumping right in, our top 5 tips. Number 1 is smiling. I can't emphasize this enough. If you smile, you will be so much more approachable. Your presentation will be so much better, and it will make people feel like they can really approach you and talk to you and ask you questions, and it will give you that pleasant demeanor that people really like to be around. So that's one of the first things that you can do to crank up your customer service game at events. The number 2 thing is to ask how you can help. Asking how you can help, just that simple phrase, how may I help? What would you like me to help on? Is there something that I can help you with? Asking any of those questions either to our client or to one of the other people who are at the wedding, whether that's a client, whether you're at an event and it's the coordinator, that question is a great question to ask, because it allows the other person to give you some tasks and some responsibilities that will hopefully alleviate the load and the stress that they're feeling. And that of course helps a lot. But by asking that question, how can I help? You show that you are looking for ways to participate and give good service and good customer service at the event. Number 3 is to be observant. So oftentimes the needs aren't communicated verbally. You might go up to a coordinator and say, how may I help? And they might not have anything for you to do right at that moment. But it's really important to understand that it is up to you to be observant, to look around and to decide, where can I fit in? How can I add value in this moment? And how is me being observant going to help me fit in to this event and help serve people? Maybe it's a glass of water that needs to be filled from one of the guests. Maybe you see someone struggling carrying something. Regardless of what it is, it's important to jump in and take the initiative and basically, without being told, just be observant and take on that role that you need to take while in that specific event. Now, number 3 is to work hard. So of course, whether it's communicated or not, at the end of the day, what our clients are looking for, what guests see, what people all around us see is how hard we're willing to work. Are we willing to jump in? Are we willing to roll our sleeves up and handle the task? Or are we kind of taking a more passive role? And hard work, number 3 on the top 5 list, but it's one of the most important things that you can do. If you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to grind and get the job done, that will go so far in establishing respect and rapport with the client and really communicating to them that you're there for them, you're there to serve, and that you're happy to help them in whatever way possible. Now, number 5 is take a moment. Now, I know we were talking about of course, working hard and smiling and asking how you can help, but it's important through the flurry of all these different events, whether it's a wedding or corporate party or any sort of big event, it's important to take a moment and realize you're serving people. You have the opportunity of interacting with a specific person, a specific guest that you're right in front of. And it's important to realize that this person in the other side of that exchange has needs and desires and wants and all of these things that you can possibly be a part of helping. And so if you take a moment, if you're willing to listen to them, if you're willing to ask them what do they need, how you can help them, and you take that little moment, that's a very special thing. It's something that they'll remember. They'll remember how thoughtful and conscientious you were. They'll remember that you were following through with their request. And that will go so far in Again, really telling them, and not just telling them, but showing them that you're there to serve them, you're there to help, and that goes such a long way in providing the fantastic service that we provide for our clients. So in any case, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you take all of these tips and apply them at the events you work. We'll see you next time.